Welcome back to the Oakland A's franchise here in MLB The Show 18. It's been a while, but with the MLB playoffs quickly approaching in real life, I thought, what the heck, let's keep going with this and pretty much get into the playoffs and maybe finish this franchise here. So you don't remember where we left off. We are 4.5 games over the Astros in the month of June, so I think we're going to sim ahead here towards maybe the All-Star break. And then maybe make a trade or two depending where we're sitting. You can see we simmed ahead then. We now have an 8.5 game lead. So right now looking very good to make the playoffs once again after last year was a total disappointment getting into the divisional round. Winning that first game against the Red Sox, it was looking good. And then the Red Sox just took care of us the rest of the way. So trying to change things around and finally get this Oakland A's team back to a World Series where they haven't been in a very, very long time. So getting close to the All-Star break here. You can take a look at the standings. Yankees in the lead there with the Red Sox, Blue Jays, Indians in the Central have the lead. Twins not that far behind, same with the White Sox. We have a decent lead over the Astros, Wild Card, Red Sox, Blue Jays, but you can see they're well ahead of everybody else. That AL East is crazy. Nationals 6-game lead over the Phillies, Braves 9.5 back. Cubs just doing it there in the Central. 8.5 game lead, 62 and 32, 30 games over 500. Diamondbacks leading that division over the Dodgers, and everybody else is pretty far behind there. But the wild card in the NL a little bit better. At least the Brewers there. Phillies 6 games. We'll see. Let's take a look at the stats here. So Nelson Cruz leading the team in home runs. But we'll go to the average here. You can see Steve Biscotti was just killing it. He'll be back from the DL. So that is a thing we'll have to look at. Obviously, possibly going through a trade, seeing what we need. Soto, not too bad, 274. Olsen at 257. Armentiarios, I think he'll stay up for sure. I don't think we're going to replace him. Nelson Cruz and Matt Chapman really are the guys that we can think about replacing. Cruz, obviously, what is he, 38 years old? I mean, he still have power guys with Olsen and Soto can give us at least 30. Olsen can get us close to 40 home runs. So we do have still those power guys, and Armentiarios, he can definitely hit the ball out as well. Jorge Mateo, who I thought maybe was going to not really go anywhere. Had just not that great of a season last year. Was disappointing in spring training. I actually lost his job. Was back in AAA, and he has really come up, and he's taken advantage of the situation and performed unbelievably. 313 average, decent, okay power for him. 5 home runs, stealing bases. You can see his WAR up there, 2.5. So he has been outstanding. He's obviously an excellent fielder. You can play him at short, you can play him at center. So it's good to see that young guy you're hoping to do well is starting to do well for sure. As for the pitching, Sean Manaea continuously doing it, 12-1. Paul Blackburn 10-8. I mean, I guess he's getting a decision in every game. Kendall Graveman, another disappointment, kind of 4-7. AJ Puck was the up there for Rookie of the Year for sure, 9-6 record. You see Andrew Miller, who we acquired in the offseason, leading in saves and absolutely pitching outstandingly. His ERA just barely over 1. Butcher, our closer last year, looks like he's fitting more into that role and performing well. So the pitching, we might need maybe another starter that I can see. We'll see how it goes as we continue along here. Maybe we need another starter, but I'm thinking for sure that we might need a switch up, maybe at either third base or DH, because Cruz, yeah, he'll give you those home runs, but man, he is not going to give you anything else. And I'd like a little bit more of a consistent bat. I'm willing to lose more power with a more consistent bat than Nelson Cruz. As we just continue to look at this stats, look at 4.7 WAR from Manaea. He's trying to win that Cy Young that he kind of lost out on last year. Take a look at some of the minor league guys here. We got Torres. Murphy is hitting 258, so not really anybody hitting absolutely outstanding. Austin Beck, since coming up from AA, sort of struggling with a 238 average, and Austin Riley's been a disappointing this year, only hitting 215. Not what you want to see. He does have 11 home runs and 40 RBI, but you want that average to be up. He had a chance to win the, get up there and maybe compete for a job, but the way you're competing right there in AAA, don't really think so. As for pitching, Jesus Luzardo 9-6, Norey Ruiz, David Peterson, pitching doing okay. Really, it's all about Jesus Luzardo, another guy that almost became a starter in the majors, just missing out a little bit. But he's still doing pretty well here in AAA. Nothing too overly crazy with any of these guys. Even if they have some winning records, the area is maybe a little inflated. So, Daniel Megnan, a guy that was a starter last year, maybe he works his way back up to the majors. We'll see. As we go to Double-A, this is where we want to see. So like guys like Fitch and Dolly and Dickinson. As you see, Fitch hitting 281. He's really improved, so he is performing absolutely outstanding. Has 18 stolen bases. Dolly now hitting 266. Does a 12 home runs, 17 stolen bases. Dickinson with 9 and 12. So a lot of those guys doing a lot better. Franklin Reyes still down a little bit, only hitting 225, but hopefully that's improved as Brian Dolly is looking pretty good. Alonzo the Power with 9 home runs. So it's good to see Dickens, Dolly, and Reyes doing really well. We just have to, Fitch, we just have to get Reyes getting going there. As you can see, they have definitely improved, and they all have the speed too. Look at all of them there in the stolen base department, looking pretty good there, especially Dolly. That's a possible, maybe a 30-30 type player right there. As for pitching, Logan Shore doing it, Villanueva with 8-6, Justin Dunn 6-5, Adonis Medina 6-4, and Ricky Butler at 6-5. So not too bad as well. So maybe our pitching prospects not doing as much as we want to. Diego Franco though with 25 saves, so he is at least doing something decently, but maybe the hitting is improving. But right now I would say really pitching we don't really need at all coming up in the majors the next few years anyway. I mean, can't have enough pitching depth, but really we'll see. Maybe not even hitting the way our major league team is. We might just need a few more guys here and let these guys develop. So that's good to know. We don't have to really rush these guys going forward. They can develop just in the minors maybe for a couple more years, and then they can be the stars in the next few years. So yeah, Matt Chapman, a guy obviously has potential. He's only 26 years old, but the last few years has been, to me, disappointing. Especially this year. He has just been not very good, not really shown any improvement. So I've decided to try to find somebody in a trade. I'm willing to give him up. So first thing, we go to Colorado. There's Trevor Story. He's only 27 years old, but he is on his final year of his contract. There is Brendan Rodgers there, so we decided not to go there. But we're going to go to Baltimore, and you can see this interest here with Jonathan Scope. So the Orioles kind of out of it. He is 2 years older, but he is an outstanding player, great fielding, good hitter. So what we're going to do is throw in Kendall Graveman, who's been struggling this year, and we pick up Jamie Bridges. So speaking of our pitching depth, we can add an A prospect there, and we make this trade with the Orioles, and there you go. Jonathan Scope, welcome to the Oakland Athletics. And let's see what he's got here as we will head into a game here right before the All-Star break against the Tampa Bay Rays, a team struggling this year. So hopefully we can do some damage in this game as Michael Pineda on the mound, 4-9 record, ERA near 6, not what we want to see if you're a Rays fan. So here is the start of the game. Juan Soto's going to rip this one, and that's going to be out of the reach there of Schrebler, and then Soto on his way to second, and he will be in there with a double to lead off this ball game. Juan Soto having a pretty outstanding season, but here comes the newly acquired Jonathan Scope, and he knows all about playing here in Tampa. And the first pitch to Scope, and he crushes it. What a way to come on for a debut. See you later. 2-run home run, 437 feet, his 12th of the year. And what a way to start off a ball game here. Like I said, Scope playing all of his career with the Orioles, knows all about this Tampa Bay team and stadium. So what a way to start there. 2-0 start. We'll give A.J. Puck 9-6 record on the year. A good chance here to dominate this Rays team. You can see not a very good hitting ball club. They're all about the pitching and defense. So hopefully with that 2-run lead, we can just shut this down here right away. And with no down here in the first, man on first, and we will get a 5-4-3 double play there. And Puck will get out of the first inning with nothing done. So here he is, Jorge Mateo. Been so, impressive here coming back after struggling a little bit. And he has performed very well, so he'll just fly that one out. But still, good to see him performing well. And that guy, we need that guy that can steal some bases. And that's him for sure. So here's Franklin Barreto, another young guy who's pretty much taken lead of his position. And Barreto's going to get into one. That one is going to be a high fly ball way up there. Looking up is Craig Gentry, and this one's going to be gone. Another home run. Franklin Barreto makes this a 3-0 game here in the top of the second. So now we'll go to the bottom of the second here. Puck with a man on first. This one's going to be ripped over to Matt Olson, and look at him making a nice move, catching it, tag, double play, getting out of that inning there, getting McKay, and now we'll head to the third. So here comes Jonathan Schoop up once again, and Scoop's going to rip this one, and that's going to be a base hit. So Schoop having a wonderful debut here for this A's team. Couple hits, 2-run homer here for his first couple of bats. And you can see that's actually his 1,000th Major League hit as well. So congratulations to Jonathan Schoop. So here comes Lazaro Armenterios. He's got 2 on, 2 out. See what he can do. 1-1 count. It's going to rip this one up the middle. That will be through. Make this game 4-0. And I think that's going to be Olsen over to second base there. And we'll still have 2 down here in the third. But Armenterios coming up big with a hit there. And then here comes Jorge Mateo. He's going to rip this one down the third. But that'll be an easy play there for Eric. And there's the third out of the inning. But we'll add a run here. And it's a 4-0 game. So AJ Puck just needs to settle down. And look at this. Same thing. Olsen catch. Tags the man at first. Back-to-back innings with that catch and tag double play. And now Puck goes into the fourth with 1 down. He will get him looking there on a 2-2 count. And on 2-2 count, this one's going to be ripped. And that's going to be out into left field. So it looks like the Rays answer back here with a run of their own here in the fourth. And make this a 4-1 ball game. So trying to get a rally here with 1 down. So 2 on, 1 down. Let's see if Puck can get this man here. 1-2 count. That's going to be up the middle. It looks like we got another double play situation. We do. So that helps out the double plays in this ball game as we get McKay there, doubling them up. And 4 so far in this ball game. So now we head to the 6th inning. Race trying to get something with 2 down. But that's going to be caught by Juan Soto. And Puck will get through 6 innings. So outstanding start for AJ Puck. The offense has gone a little cold, but you know when you shut down this Rays team, it doesn't really matter. So now we go to the top of the 7th, and there is Nelson Cruz, the guy we were thinking about trading. Rips one, just misses a homer there off about the gate there in right field. He'll pick up a double here to start off the 7th. So now he's over to third base with 1 down, brings up Juan Soto. He'll rip this one over to shortstop. It will be an out for Willie Adams. But no, it won't. He makes this as a throw there. Throws the first baseman off. Will be an error. There will be another run, so 5-1. And now bring up Xander Bogaerts. And Bogaerts is going to rip this one to the gap. And that's just going to be off the wall. That's going to allow Soto to score to make this a 6-1 ball game. As Bogaerts is going to get back into second base. So that error, instead of, you know, pretty much making it 2 outs. And this still be, you know, the other run with Cruz would have scored, but there's another run there, and now it's 6-1 as Matt Olson's going to just strike out there to end the inning. But we had 2 more runs, 6-1 ball game here in the 7th. AJ Puck still dominating, and let's see if he can get out of the 7th here. 1-2 count. That's just going to be ground ball right over to Franklin Barreto, who he moved over to third base now with Jonathan Schoop at second, and gets out of the 7th. So we'll head to the 8th here. Here comes Jorge Mateo with 1 on, no out, 1-1 count to him. And Mateo getting hold of it. It's interesting to see the power here. He is not much of a power guy, but shows it here. Gets his 6th home run of the season. Adds 2 more runs here in the 8th to make this an 8-1 ball game. And AJ Puck still in the ball game here in the 8th with 87 pitches. And he's going to get a fly ball there. That's going to be through for Juan Soto. Not going to be able to catch up with that one to the wall. And let's see if they send the man there. They'll stop him here at third base. And that might be it for AJ Puck. But still a excellent game here. Going 7+, only allowing 1 run. Excellent game for AJ Puck. We'll go to the bullpen here with a 7-run lead. And we should be able to take care of it here. As Daniel Colon comes out of the bullpen. So 0-2 count here with 2 outs. He will allow a base hit. And that's going to score 2 there. So the Rays trying to answer back here in the late innings as they add 2 right here in the 8th. It's now an 8-3 ball game. That was a Sterling Castro base hit there. So now at 0-2 count here to Schreibler, and we'll get a ground ball out there as Olsen goes over to first. So only 2 runs allowed. We still have the 5-run lead, and we head to the 9th. Maybe we can add some more. Here's Jonathan Scope's going to take a walk. So he'll get on base with 1 out, and that'll bring up Xander Bogaerts now. And Bogaerts' first pitch to him. He's going to rip this one. That'll be a base hit. So Bogaerts with the base hit. Scope on his way to third base. So we'll have first and third here with 1 down and a chance to get those 2 runs back to make this an easy 9th inning. Here comes Olsen. Olsen's going to get into 1, and that is going to be a deep fly ball. That should be enough for Scope to score, as he will tag up from third. He'll be on his way home. Scores easily, so at least we get 1 back here, making this a 9-3 ball game here in the top of the 9th inning. As we go to the bottom of the 9th, and we'll just fast forward here through this 9th inning, and that should be pretty much the ball game. There we go. So that is going to be it. We take the victory 9-3 here. Excellent start by A.J. Puk. Offense comes up big. Nice debut by Jonathan Scope, having an excellent game. The 2-run homer, single, ends up walking, getting another run. So great game, beating this Rays team, what we definitely should. And another victory on the season. You see Scope, Barreto, and Jorge Mateo showing the power also with a homer. And you can see Puk 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned, 2 Ks. Good game for him, and Colum comes in, does a great job. So that's going to put us right about at the All-Star break. So what we're going to do now is I'm thinking, with the lead we have in the division, I think we're just going to sim ahead and go as far as we can go. We have a 10-game lead over the Astros, and now we're just at the All-Star break and about 2 months left in the season. But that is a very good lead, and we're a pretty good ball team. And I think what we can do is almost just move on here and maybe see if we, go to the trade block, see if we need trade deadline, see if we have to make another trade maybe for a pitcher. Obviously with Kendall Graveman out, there's a possibility that maybe we could try to acquire a pitcher. As you can see, we moved in Daniel Magnan, we brought him back up. He's up there. We'll see how he performs. If he performs well, I mean, maybe we don't need a pitcher, but who knows? I think maybe to make this an even more dominant playoff team, maybe we acquire a pitcher out there from the team. Obviously looking to get rid of it. The bullpen, outstanding. I don't really see any really need for a bullpen pitcher at all. We have the hitter and Jonathan Scope. Maybe we get rid of Nelson Cruz and somebody else to acquire a pitcher, but we'll see. We'll continue along here, see how Mengden does. If he does not do anything at all, I think it's a possibility that maybe we acquire a pitcher, because right now I'm liking this lineup. This lineup is young. It's got the vets you need, power, speed, good averages. It's a great season from Omar Narvaez and Miguel Montero, the catcher position, that I thought maybe would be awful. And as you can see, here's a trade we just got on our own from getting back from the DL, is Stephen Piscotty. So Piscotty comes back. He was just killing it, hitting 387. And you know what? He's not going to hit for power, but this may be, we were thinking about acquiring another bat. We just acquired one off the DL. So Piscotty's back. So that means Nelson Cruz at age 39 is pretty much expendable. I know he has the power, but we can just move Piscotty to DH, and he can be an outstanding hitter. And we don't really need Nelson Cruz. And you can see Daniel Magnan struggle here. 0-2, 5.23 ERA. So I think that means let's go out and acquire a pitcher. We have some guys to deal, and let's see what we can find. And we're going to go to the Mets, who have been struggling. Jacob deGrom is there. Obviously, we're going to have to give up something good. We're going to let Bupal, Nelson Cruz, and we're going to have to throw in Jesus Luzardo. So Cruz is just thrown into the salaries matchup. Bupal, a guy that's never really got time here, does have some potential. It's been okay. And Jesus Luzardo, one of the top pitchers in our system. So that gives the Mets a kind of start off, and we get Jacob deGrom coming to the Oakland Athletics. So now we can throw him in there. And as we move into September, we've pretty much dominated here. We're getting close to the end, but we've lost just 5 straight there. But even losing 5 straight, you can see there real quick, we had a 9-game lead in the division. We can pretty much sim on out. We will win this AL West and move on to the playoffs for the 2nd year in a row here. And then before we do that, we're going to take a look at the season statistics here, see how deGrom did coming over, and, who won the MVP, all that stuff, standing. So we win the division 93-69, pretty much dominating the division. As we take a look what everybody did here on the season, Steve Biscotti, even though his average dropped, I mean, you can't continue the 387. Still, hits 345. Outstanding. Bogarts, who was struggling the first couple months, almost hitting 300. Mateo, 284. This is a really good hitting ball club. I'll tell you what, this is a good team. 241 for Matt Olson is perfectly fine because he hits 36 home runs and knocks in 92. That's perfectly fine. His on base is all right as well. Soto hits 27, Bogarts 26, and Armenteros, give him a full season, he might be in the 30s as well. So, outstanding hitting ball club. Bogarts leads the team with 107 RBIs, so coming over from free agency, not really a bit. You know, first it might look like a disappointment, but really had an outstanding season, obviously with his fielding ability as well. Outstanding player there. Sean Manaea, 19-7. Does not get the 21s this year. Paul Blackburn, 17-11. And Jacob deGrom, after coming over, he ends up going 6-2 since coming over. Finishes 12-11. Darrell Cotton actually got 10 wins on the year, with Soroka getting 10 as well. Andrew Miller, 48 saves. That's probably up there near the league. Manaea leads our team with strikeouts at 226. See, Meng didn't struggle. The bullpen guys, got to give it. Alvarez under 1. Miller looking good. Later, Colum, I mean, future looking pretty good, so our bullpen is outstanding. You know, we can rely on that, obviously, in the postseason. Hopefully our starters will do very well. We have deGrom in there now that can do something. As we take a look at the awards here, Giancarlo Stanton, 54 homers, 137 RBI, and almost hit 300 as well. Wow. Wins the MVP for the second year in a row. Chris Bryant wins the NL MVP, 41 homers, 123 RBI, 315 average. Very good season there for Chris Bryant. And Sean Manaea wins a Cy Young. Kind of missed out on it last year with Chris Sale, but he finally gets it here. So we got a Cy Young winner, and Sean Manaea, as Clayton Kershaw wins himself another Cy Young. Batting title goes to Miguel Cabrera. Man, if Steve Biscotti would have stayed healthy, he would have definitely got that. Tommy Pham wins the batting title in the NL, 325, 30 homers, 98 RBIs. What a season there by Pham. Reliever, we just get beat out there. Archer Bradley, Bo, with 58 saves in the NL. Rookie of the Year. There we go. So we got some more awards. AJ Puck wins the Rookie of the Year with 17 wins on the season. Dom Nunez for the Cubs comes away with the Rookie of the Year in the NL. Go to the Hank Aaron Award. We'll kind of skim through these really quick. Going through the Gold Gloves. See if we got anybody Gold Glove. You see Chapman ends up winning the Gold Glove there, going over to Baltimore. So nobody there for us winning the Gold Glove. We'll go through the NL here. A lot of Braves. At least 4 Braves winning a Gold Glove there. We got a Silver Slugger. Did we get anything here? And we did not. So no Silver Sluggers either. Just scroll through the National League, and there is your National League Silver Slugger winner. So that's gonna pretty much put us at the playoffs. We will face off against the Cleveland Indians, and hopefully we can not have the disappointment like we had last year. It looked so good after that first victory in the divisional series. It looked like we were on our way, and this was the team we built up. It looked fantastic, and then just like that, it just went going down really quickly, and got eliminated before you know it. So hopefully it does not happen the same way here, and we can go on, beat the Indians, go to ALCS, and hopefully make an appearance in the World Series. So that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all the support. You guys are amazing. And we will see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.